on the season, we're moving.
Absolutely. So before we get into the power rankings, let's jump over to a little Bears talk here. This came across Twitter earlier.
Get ready to go.
Fox Sports NFL tweeted this out. The Bears currently lead the North at 7-3 with the eye emoji, right? How many wins do you see them getting over the next 7 weeks? So let's zoom out just a touch here. Okay, you can kind of see what they've done here so far. They lost to Minnesota, lost to Detroit. They won 4 in a row, beating Dallas, bad team. Raiders, bad team. Washington, this year, bad team. We expect them to be good, but they're bad. Saints, bad team. They lost to the Ravens. However, the Ravens are underperforming this year, right? And I believe they had Lamar back on that game, if I remember correctly. At Cincinnati, they get the dub there. Another bad team, right? And then, of course, you beat the Giants. And listen, if we had to hear it all week, oh, you beat the Giants. Okay. They beat the Giants, too, at home, right, in Week 10. Barely. They skated by on that one, if you'll remember. And they beat the Vikings last week on the road in Minnesota, okay, which some would say, I mean, again, another losing record, right?
Was it Ryan's Pod 4? They only 4-win team they beat was the Vikings. Everybody else was 3 wins and less. Those were their only wins.
Bingo. So here's the remainder of their schedule. You got Pittsburgh next week, right? With Aaron Rodgers coming back into Chicago. It sounds like he's going to play even with that.
Is he? I was wondering they were talking.
Yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys have heard anything lately, but the way I was understanding it was the plan was it wasn't as serious as they thought, didn't need surgery, probably going to try to play unless something changed.
He is their owner. I mean, well, co-owner, but, you know.
No, he's the owner. Let's be real. So at Philadelphia the following week, that's a tough one, right? So you can see 2 losses right there. At Green Bay, let's be generous and say we'll split that. Let's say we'll win at home, they'll win at their place. Let's just say that's coming up in 2 weeks. After that, 1 week in between. Cleveland probably get a dub there, I would imagine, right? You never know, but probably get a dub there. So we've got 2 losses, 3 losses, right? And then let's say they beat Green Bay, the one of those 2. Okay, so we'll let it roll. At San Francisco is playing pretty darn good football right now.
7-3, 7-4, something like that.
So that'll probably be a 4th loss, okay? And then versus Detroit at home, if Detroit gets their crap together and beats them there, you might be looking at 5 losses in the last 7 games.
That's what I was going to say. About 2 and 5, maybe 6. If we can sweep them, I would say that they're probably closing in on 6 losses. Were they not 5-2 or 6-3 last year, and then they went on they just lost the last 10 or something? So it could start now. I mean, their ball could get rolling too.
Yeah. Now we'll see. Again, I've gave them credit all year because they're figuring out ways to win ball games, right? But when you look at some of their specific numbers here, okay, on offense, scoring points per play, they're 12th. Pretty damn good, right? Defensive scoring points per play allowed, 30th in the league. All right. Offensive yards per play, they're 8th. Defensive yards per play allowed, 30th. And then turnover is where they've made their hay. They are a league best in turnover margin, turnover differential. So that's how they're winning these ball games is they're protecting the football. The other teams are giving it away, and they're just capitalizing on winning those close games. But again, you've played an extremely easy schedule to this point. So it's going to be exciting to see how the rest of their season ends here too. And here's the thing. You talked about them struggling down the stretch last year. Caleb Williams, he's got to prove he's a cold weather quarterback. He's got to prove he can play up there in that type of weather. The reality is, as
that new stadium ain't getting built. That thing's not getting built that soon, Clay.
It ain't, man. It ain't. So
Jen Wright here, 2 wins maybe, and same with Holmes. Bears will win two more games max, same as last year.
That's what it feels like, right? So again, let them run with it. Let them run with the narrative. Let them have their fun right now. We'll just keep it zipped. Let's go out there and go 1-0 every week, and then we're going to look up and they're going to go, "What the hell happened?" That's what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
So now, Caleb Williams. Boy, there's a lot of buzz around him about how good he is, right? We showed this chart last week amongst quarterbacks. We got a new version of it here, updated, okay? Ooh. So if you guys, for those listening on the pod and the ones that maybe can't see this as well here live on YouTube. So essentially what you've got is running from left to right, okay, at the top of the screen, you've got all these different categories: PFF grade, EPA per play, success rate, completion percentage over expected, turnover-worthy play rate, clean pocket EPA per play, clean pocket success rate, non-play action EPA, all right, non-play action success rate, pressure to sack rate, and average depth of target. Okay, so anything in the green, more green's better, right? Exactly how the chart shows here. Okay, the purple obviously bad. Jordan Love is second on this list. Everything, there's nothing on this list on all those statistics we just laid out, all those analytics we just laid out. There is nothing on here that's in the purple. The only thing that isn't like a significant amount of green is average depth of target. Okay. Now I don't want to make this about Jordan Love. I just want to mention Drake May's number 1, Jordan Love's 2, Josh Allen 3, Brock Purdy 4, Sam Darnold 5, Daniel Jones 6, and so on. Right. Look at where Caleb Williams is. If you can follow my cursor. I mean, he is, let me count them all.
So it's Ben.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Trying to find it.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th on this list, guys. He has 3 of these categories. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 5 of these categories in the green, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 5 in the purple, a 6th in the white, about to turn purple, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So the thing it's showing that he's worse at, though, is completion percentage over expected. Okay.
Really? I didn't think it was that far passing it through the window, Clay. I mean, you just a bag to the window to the car right there, no?
And I'm telling you, you get that McGriddle, just an egg McGriddle. Oh,
come on now.
That thing slaps, dude, on a cold fall morning when you're out there still mowing them leaves, man.
Oh, tell me about it.
But yeah, negative 4.3%. Let's compare that to Jordan Love. His is a positive 5.7%. It looks like he's 3rd best in the league in terms of CPOE. So again, just looking at the chart, you hear all the buzz, the hype. He can scramble, boy. He's he's agile. He's a natural ball carrier. He can make things happen at the last second using his legs. But if you make that dude sit in the pocket and throw the football and you get pressure with 4 somehow, some way, he is, I would say he's not even a mediocre quarterback. I would say he's below average, as these numbers kind of show here. What do you think about Caleb, man? Do you see the same hype I see on social media? Because they're talking like this dude is the king of the North.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and it seems like really the only person that even I like listening to Greg Cosell. I think when he was on with Ross, but it's they bring up Caleb and he goes, yeah, he really, some of those crazy plays he can make, but it's just some of the and he really kind of walks that line of like, it's not bad, but he's kind of still having issues processing and getting here on the spot. And so there's only playmaking, can get you so far. And what they were saying on the GM Shuffle is like when you get to the playoffs, it's a quarterback tournament. At that point, you are playing, roulette with the quarterbacks that are behind your, the line that you've built, all this stuff. But that's what you're basing that run on. And a great quarterback will take you there. Rodgers done it. We want Jordan to be that dude for this team, and I think he can. So let's get into the dance. Let's get that going. I just don't think, when he gets out there like that, Clay, that's not going to last forever. Your stamina is going to run out and can't be sitting on right trigger the whole time. Yeah.
Now, again, what was the big knock that Greg Cosell had that I talked about? And I didn't watch all of his college tape, Caleb Williams' college tape, and go, oh, this is the problem, right? Greg Cosell tipped me off on it listening to his podcast. And he was like, typically you get a player that takes a lot of sacks in college, they come to the pros and it follows them to the pros, right? So with that being said, people immediately last year were talking about, well, the offensive line sucks. The offensive line sucks. It's like, no, he's leading the league in sacks where he holds the ball for 4 seconds or longer. Like, you can't do that. 2.5 seconds, that ball needs to be out, right? So that's kind of the thing that's hindered his ability to progress throughout his young career here. Now, look at this. Average time holding the ball on all dropbacks. This is all the way through week 11. Look who leads the league, and it's not even close. It's the Chicago Bears. Yep. And I wonder who their quarterback is. It's Caleb Williams. So they're showing that he's holding the football for, basically 3.3 seconds is what he's holding the ball. That's his time to throw, sack, or scramble in seconds. Again, so holding the football on all dropbacks, right? This is what he does. It's like he can look at the number one read, and to his credit, and the reason that they're leading the league in turnover differential is because he's not putting the ball in harm's way right out of the bat. right off the bat. He's looking at the first read, and then it's like he can't read the first guy. He can't read the boundary safety and the strong side backer or strong side backer, whether it's the mock or you're in a base set. He can't read the boundary, read the strong side backer, and know my answer is going to be here, right? It's simply read number one's not there. Oh, crap. Let me scramble. Let me move around, right? So this is what's been hindering him. And again, like Greg Cosell said, it typically follows you from college to the pros. That's exactly what's happening with Caleb. You're just not seeing it in the form of sacks. You're seeing it in the form of him holding the football too long. And I'm telling you, these have been some bad defenses that cannot tackle. I don't know how many times I've screamed at the TV watching the Bears play, say attack his outside half. Attack the outside part of his body when you go to sack him, because he's looking to jab step in and get outside almost every time. Mm-hmm. And if he wants to run up the middle, fine, let him do that. And you clean his clock or he slides for a 4-yard gain, right? It just blows my mind that there's still a lot of fans out there that are not fans, but a lot of players that you watch the tape, you watch the scrambling tape for Caleb Williams, and your idea is, okay, when I get him in the backfield, I'm just going to play reckless and go to his inside shoulder. It makes no sense at all.
Right. And at that point, let's pay attention to the hip, stop paying attention to the head. You can, the head, the shoulders, all that can go anywhere. You got to make sure that you get his base down. And that just, you're right. How are we letting him scramble that much when we know that's all he wants to do? I mean, almost to the point of like put a spy on either side, rush one dude up the middle, and just let him come out to you, because I still feel like he's going to get flustered. I feel like if you can get a little pressure up front, then he's going to have to try to extend, and that's not going to last forever. Being able to, you can't do it. You got to be able to get in rhythm sometimes. And if you look at how the Lions are kind of like how the Lions are playing this year and obviously played last year, that's where you're trying to get to. How much in rhythm can you get when you're not working with a Jared Goff? You're working with a running run first. Honestly, I mean, he can spin it for sure, but he wants to lean on his legs right now because he's not seeing it as clear.
Yeah, absolutely. So just wanted to point that out. It continues to follow him around a little bit. He's an excellent scrambler. I don't want anybody to take me the wrong way, but that's going to end up biting you in the ass when you get to playing these good defenses and they scheme against that, right? They're going to make you throw the football or take a sack, right? Whether you throw it away, complete it, or take the sack. It's not going to be this just running all over the yard. So, again, that is just a quick little look at the Bears. The reason I wanted to pull all that information and comb through social media for it, Emilio, is because I kept seeing everywhere. It's like, boy, people are really believing in the Bears. And I have to step back, check the ego, and go, all right, man, is it legit? Let's dig into some of the numbers that are important. Turnover differential, that's a big step.
Yeah, that's
right?
big.
Defense is absolute cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that when you get into November football, the teams with the better defenses typically are the ones that start to separate themselves a little bit, right? Because offenses start to struggle even more when the weather turns and it turns into a running game. And the teams with the best defenses, Philadelphia, right? Like they, winning the championship last year, winning the Super Bowl last year. So anything else you want to hit on with the Bears that we may have missed or anything at all?
No, I think we hit it spot on. Let's see how they do in this. They got the Eagles, or they got Steelers this week, Eagles next week. So we got two good games, honestly. Excited to watch them because we'll be able to, after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I want to see. Let's see how these. I always look to see how the schedule lays out here, right? We're playing Minnesota at 1:00. The Bears, they got the Steelers at 1:00. Dadgummit. And the Lions
we'll know by the post-game show, Clay. We'll be talking about it then. How did Rodgers play? What's the record look like? Is he still the owner?
Yeah, all 4 NFC North teams play in the 1:00 window. So we will know how the North looks by the time we do our post-game.
That's kind of exciting.
That is exciting. Yeah, so we'll make sure we give you guys all that information. But if you're watching this video back later, let us know what you think in the comments. Are we too hard on Chicago? Do y'all think they're legit? Do you think they're blowing smoke up everybody's rear end like I kind of feel like it is? Let us know in the comments what you think, and make sure you click subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future.